Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast. And look, our screen's doing that weird thing again.
I know.
Okay.
It's like the widescreen format.
Yeah.
As long as it keeps like doing its thing.
Yeah, it's fine. Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast.
We're back.
We're back. Sorry about last week, guys.
Poor Ange.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Poor me. Nobody wanted to be me last week.
No, I really didn't want her to come in. So.
I literally physically would not have been able to, even if I wanted to.
I've been there before.
Yeah. So this is a podcast about knitting and yarn and spinning and crocheting. And I didn't see how much mileage I can get out of this now. And we are coming to you from our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont, which is Must Love Yarn. And you can find the store out on all kinds of social media, Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, World Wide Web as Must Love Yarn. We have a really fun group of people over on our Ravelry board, so jump on over there and check that out. And we post some pictures on Instagram and things. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins. And you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins.
And look, we brought Gage. She's kind of wonked.
She's sleeping on the job.
This is our podcast. It's our podcast mascot. This is Gage the meerkat, and Gage apparently has a skein of yarn skewered to her hat. And you can follow Gage out on Instagram as well. She has a very inactive Instagram account right now because I have not been able to keep up with it. And since I am the keeper of the Gage account, so sorry. I will try to be better.
You're not missing much.
I haven't had much funnies to share with anybody lately. So There's that.
You don't want pictures of Gage holding Angela's hair back.
Nope. That would be kind of funny, though. Didn't have the energy to orchestrate that.
Nope.
So in case any of you are new, I have a couple of young kids, and they like to bring all kinds of things home from school and daycare. Recently, we went through the stomach virus strep throat. Yes, we had both. Bug. So that was super fun, and that's why there was no podcast last week. But I'm back. I'm feeling mostly better. Anybody that was in the store on Saturday morning could probably attest that I was not quite fully back.
Yeah, her energy level was down.
Not look that great.
Her battery was low.
It was low. It took me, I'm still recharging.
Yeah.
But I'm at least to the point now where I can pretend that I'm fully charged. So there's that. So we like to start our podcast.
I'm Kitchenering. That's
19 minutes in. Sorry, there's a whole bunch of stuff that just got tacked on to the end of the podcast.
Yep.
With our pick of the week.
We do.
And so the way this works is and by we I mean Kelly, picks a yarn.
Or line of
yarn every week. For longtime viewers, we used to do 2, and now we're down to 1. Anyway, we showcase a yarn or other item from the store, and with the coupon code that we give you for 2 weeks in the online store or in store, you can get 10% off that item. So I see a whole basket of fun stuff that Kelly brought over.
A whole basket. Basket. I decided this week, we do this one on occasion because it's a fun one and everybody likes having some soft yarn in their stash. Yes. I put all of the Regia yarns on this time. So 10% off any of the in-stock Regia yarns. So I brought a ton over, but these aren't even nearly all of the colorways. So it includes all of the Perfects, which if you guys are familiar with their yarns, the ones that have the yellow, those will make a matching pair of socks, and they're patterned, and they do some really cool. And we've got this is one of the new colorways of like their Fair Isle, the Arnie and Carlos line. The other ones that we're also including are the new colors of Tutti Frutti. And these are just a couple of them. Those down on the bottom are all the new Tutti Frutti as well. So those are really fun, and I'll show you. They sent us a sample of one knit up. That's one of the colorways.
Nice.
But they send us these fun feet that are just like little cardboard feet cutouts that show all the different colorways too. So those are fun, and those are up online, and these are some of the new colorways of the Arnie and Carlos. Look at those. Those are really fun. So
which one's fun?
I know, isn't that fun? So we've got those and a bunch of other stuff. So you can check out the link that goes directly to all of the Regia yarns that we stock. And there's also a link just for the Tutti Frutti in that same one too. So the Tutti Frutti is the cotton blend. Let me tell you what it's 72% cotton, 18% nylon, 10% polyester, and the polyester is the elastic bit of that.
So, and just for example, this one here, which kind of looks like on the skein, that's this one. That's this one that's knit up, and so it looks super cool.
Yeah, and those are all named after fruit.
Yes, this one is color 02425, also known as, I have no idea. Oh, what is that? Passion fruit?
I think so. Something
fruit.
Like that. I don't remember. Does it say? Oh, it might say on here. Yes, it does. I can tell you the name of it.
Pomegranate. Also known as color 02422.
I don't know how do you say that?
Maracuja?
Something like that. That was the one Angela showed. How do we say that name? Grape. I've never heard of that kind of fruit.
Grapes.
Grapes.
I got grapes.
Grapes.
Well, what is it? Yeah, grapes color. Okay. I don't know. It looked like passion fruit, but
last year they did passion fruit last year.
Oh, right. They also did what's that one? Dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's apple and lemon and watermelon. Watermelon, that was a holdover. That was the same one that they did last year too.
Cool.
So anyway, lots and lots of sock yarns if you guys are interested. Fun self-striping and self-patterning yarns by Regia. And the coupon code for this time is Weekly Pick Sock. Just to keep it nice and fancy. Simple.
Everybody can spell that.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Some days I don't know.
Some days I'm not sure myself. I would probably look at the code and be like, that can't be right.
I know. Some days I look at my own name and I'm like, what? That's how you spell my name?
We did do a tutorial in episode 73. If you have any questions about where that coupon code goes, our point of sale system is a little strange in the sense that if you're paying with PayPal, this is one of these ones where it sends you to PayPal and then you come back and put the coupon code in.
Yep.
So that's just...
It's on the very last page before
you hit submit order.
Buy this yarn.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I think that's it.
Cool.
So have fun. Get some sock yarn.
Summer socks.
I love knitting socks in the summer. It's so portable.
I like that Tutti Frutti. I did some on my sock knitting machine.
Yes, you did.
I did some little shorties. And out of one skein, I did a set for my mom and my set for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you did heels and toes, and no, you did. No, that's right.
I did them all in the same color for those.
That's right.
Yep.
So I finished a thing.
I know. It's a beautiful thing.
Guys, I finished my sweater, and I'm wearing it.
It's not only what she's wearing, but it's also her FO.
Also an FO. So this is Engels by... It's not Caitlin Hunter. It's
Jennifer Steinguest? No.
No, it's oh man. What? All right, I gotta look it up because otherwise we're gonna be here forever. I won't be able to continue podcasting until I figure out who it is. Oh my gosh. Problems are first world problems. Caitlin Hunter. It is by Caitlin Hunter.
I thought it was.
Yeah, okay. So the Engel sweater by Caitlin Hunter, and the yarn I used is all Legacy Fiber Arts. It's a DK weight sweater. The main color is their parchment, and the gray is a
Grey Gardens or Silver Linings.
The mohair is Silver Linings,
Yeah.
and the gray is I want to say pewter, but I don't think that's right.
I think they do have a pewter.
They do have a pewter, but it is no, it is pewter. This is why Ravelry is amazing.
Yep.
Because I can go look at my project page to remember what color yarn I used. So in this section here, the gray is held double with a DK and a mohair, so it's got just a little tiny bit of a halo. You can do it without the mohair, but I happen to have the mohair, so it was fun. So the mohair is the colorway Silver Linings, and the gray is pewter.
Nice.
So it was a really fun knit. I did make a smaller size than I normally would have. This is the large. Is that the size I made? Oh no, I made a medium. This is a medium. It's meant to be worn with a huge amount of positive ease. I did not think that would be very attractive on my
Didn't you
frame.
try somebody's on?
And at the retreat,
Yeah.
I tried someone's on, and she had made a small and had hit gauge perfectly. And so I thought, it's going to be risky for me to make a small because if my gauge is off at all, it will be too small. So I opted to make the medium.
And I would get a new sweater. No, I'm just kidding.
Because I figured if it was a little bit too big, that was fine. The sweater lends itself to be a little baggy, but if it's too tight, it would look weird.
Yeah.
So I did.
It needs a little bit of ease.
It needs some ease, so I went with a medium,
Positive ease.
which is totally fine. I have not checked my gauge to find out how close I am to actual gauge because I don't really care.
Because it fits.
Because it fits. I haven't blocked it yet. The sleeves, so this is all superwash yarn. So the sleeves are pulling up just a tad, right? So they're a little bit shorter than maybe I would like. But the second I block this, because it's all superwash, it's going to be just the right size. So, and I tend to like 3/4 sleeves anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. Either way.
I'm not a 3/4 sleeve person. I don't know why. I've got some 3/4 sleeve shirts and I wear them very rarely.
Almost all of my shirts are 3/4 sleeves.
So I try not to make sweaters that way. I either shorten them or lengthen them.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
I know. Weird.
We're all unique in our own way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my big finished object. I actually had this finished for what would have been last week's podcast. And clearly I finished nothing else since. I had about 4 days where I did zero knitting. So
I don't know.
Which makes a big impact.
Yeah. I haven't been doing tons.
I've been doing some plotting.
Mm.
And been winding some yarn. And I did cast on, so I finally got the hard copy pattern for Gretel.
That's right.
Where I was complaining about that a couple weeks ago, as I wanted to cast on the pattern, but couldn't get it electronically. So this is Gretel from Coco Knits.
It's really pretty.
It's really pretty. It's just a cute little tank. It actually has like a little rolled neckline. You can't tell because it's black, but it's
the one on the back. Yeah, you can
see the one on the back where you've got the nice little roll there. But I saw a version of it that was knit out of a worsted weight, so the Barocco Modern Cotton. The pattern itself calls for fingering weight, knit on 6s, so it's a really open weave and gauge fabric to the point where you'd have to wear something underneath it, and I didn't really want that, so I'm knitting using the Barocco Modern Cotton,
which is basically
sixes, which is
tighter, dense gauge than what that calls for.
Yep. So they get a different. It's still a pretty drapey fabric, but it's not,
because that has rayon. It's a cotton rayon one, so it does have a lot of drape to it. Anyway.
Yep. So
I love that color.
This many inches in. It's bottom up. Lots of knitting in the round.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been working on that.
Nice.
One of my new cast-ons. I've been working on, I didn't bring it with me, the change of shawl. I have one.
Have you seen Mina's new shawl?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The rainbow one with the minis.
The minis one?
The Minilicious.
Oh my gosh.
I've been trying to resist the urge to buy that.
Me too. I think I'll buy it anyway. Probably won't cast it on right now, but
I have so many patterns I bought just because that I know. Anyway.
It's lovely though.
So change of shawl, I have one section left.
Wow. That's awesome.
My goal is to try to have it done for next week's podcast.
Excellent.
And I think I might be able to do it.
And it's still really cold. Like, we're both comfortably wearing sweaters today.
Yeah.
Because it's not getting out of the 40s.
No.
But at least, hey, we don't have snow. Some people still have snow.
Thank goodness. That's the upside here. Yeah. So anyway, so I did not bring change of shawl. It's not traveling very well right now because it's very big.
Yeah.
I have one section left.
Maybe I'll dig mine out because it is beauteous, but I've got to finish my crochet.
So I've been working on that.
Nice.
And then I might have started another project. And then I might have bought yarn on Saturday to start another project. Well, 2 more projects, but I've got one ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So which project does everybody want to see first?
We had local yarn store day on Saturday.
It was fun. We had a couple of trunk shows.
Yeah.
So we had Rachel from Silkworm Studios, and her yarn is so beautiful.
It's so cool because their dyeing styles were so different. So it was really fun having the two of them here.
And Liz from Kingdom Fleece and Fiber Works.
Mm-hmm.
So
which, if you happen to miss out on the trunk shows, Liz left a bunch of the yarn, so we sell her yarn in the store. So she left a bunch of it. And so if you're local to us, you can stop in and see it.
All right. So let me bust out that stuff. So, so I might have been complaining on, where was I? Must have been complaining on Instagram about something about not wanting to cast on a new project or not able to cast on a new project because I didn't have any sweater size project bags. And I think it was Jane. Jane came out and she's like, well, just buy another one. And I was like, well, no, whatever.
We were talking about that not too long ago.
Yeah, so I might have bought another project bag. It was probably because I was watching the Legacy Fiber Arts podcast and they gave a coupon code for Bags by Awesome Granny.
Oh, nice.
And so I was out just looking around like, oh, what does she got? Anything catch my eye? And of course it did. So anyway, I got a new project bag. It's got octopuses on it. Octopi.
Excellent.
Octopi.
And of course, cool colors.
Yes. So I got the octopi sweater bag, and then I may have, because I have that sense of humor, gotten the sushi notions bag to go with it.
Of course you did. Oh my god.
Because that's funny. All right. So I picked out some yarn. I had a very specific shawl pattern in mind that I wanted to make.
Good for you.
I know.
You bought yarn for a project.
I did. And at local yarn shop day.
I know, right?
So this is relatively recently released, like in the last couple of weeks. So this is called the Blackberry Shawl.
So you inspired, I think, 2 or 3 other people to buy yarn for this.
That's awesome.
I know.
So this is a new shawl pattern that got released, I want to say the 23rd or 24th of April.
That's really cute.
And I had been eyeballing, I'd seen it out on Instagram, and it uses both fingering weight yarn and mohair. And it's described as a great travel project, right? So there's garter and lace sections. They're separated with mohair stripes. It's an easy to knit project, perfect for TV knitting and traveling. And I thought, that's exactly what I need. And I kind of want to get my shawl mojo back. I haven't knit a shawl in a while.
I haven't either.
So there's a picture of the shawl on.
It's so pretty.
And I knew Liz was going to be here. And I knew Liz has mohair.
She's got great mohair. Yeah.
And so I went, you know what? I'm going to find yarn to knit the shawl with and see what they have. And, you know, I wasn't tied to having her yarn for the whole thing because I could get fingering weight from Silkworm Studios. But, okay, so first I fell in love with this mohair color from her.
That's pretty.
Which I think is her Cowl. Let me just see. Yes, Cowl colorway. So it's just really gorgeous. And I thought, what's going to go with that?
Anything.
But what's even more awesome sauce than the Muscle of Yarn colorway that she...
That's right. Yeah, she did one.
That she dyed up.
Which we have some in DK in store.
So this is really cool. It's these beautiful pinks and some nice purples. And when you stick this coal color next to it, it just, the two colors together just completely pop. So that's going to be my blackberry shawl.
Nice.
And if I had a US 6 available, because apparently everything I'm knitting right now is on US 6s.
I was having that conversation with somebody.
I would cast this on. So I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go to the yarn shop today and I'm going to grab a US 6. No, I'm not, because we don't have any interchangeable tips
for the zings.
6s in the zings.
Right, we're
all out. So I'm going to have to find some 6s at home.
Oh, no.
Maybe I'll have to dig out a fixed circular so I can knit this project. So that's the blackberry shawl. So yeah, and I know Annie bought yarn because I saw it on Instagram. But that's
Amy
cool.
did too.
Oh, a couple other Amy did too.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm enabling everybody.
They're like, wait, what's the name of that? So I had to find it.
The blackberry shawl. It's beautiful. It's just so simple and just really straightforward, and it looks like it'll be a really fun knit.
Yep, another fun way to use some mohair.
Yeah. So that's one project. So the other project, if anybody did not see Magical Thinking by Casapinka, so that was her local yarn shop day,
which I think
pattern.
She made available
It's
for
available
people to
now.
buy on Tuesday. So
you can buy it now because I just bought it.
Oh, you bought it? You didn't take one of the coupon codes?
No,
Oh.
just give. That's fine. I'll give her money for it.
Yeah.
So it's and there's not actually a really good picture.
There is
here on the
Ravelry. It's
on
pretty
Ravelry.
decent.
It is
Yeah,
the
she's got a
pattern
nice one.
page doesn't have that good of a picture, but it's basically a poncho shawl. For no other way to describe it, though, in the description, which is worth reading itself, talks about why it's not a poncho, but it's funny, so you should go read it. But it takes 3 skeins of fingering weight yarn. I went stash diving for this because, trust me, I have no shortage of fingering weight yarn in my stash. So this is going to become my shawl. Those 3.
Ooh, nice. That's pretty. What's the one on the far side?
Gail's Art.
Oh, okay.
Gail's Art, Fiber Stash, and One Twisted Tree.
Nice. Those are pretty.
There they are. Purples and grays.
Angela probably has a lot of those in her stash. She could just kind of mix and match.
Yeah, I do.
Because I have some like that too.
Yeah. Yep.
Purple. There was a good stretch where a lot of my stuff was purple.
Yeah.
I've branched out.
I've been trying to, but
I like all colors. There's some that I just don't wear really, but I like pretty much everything.
I have a skein that's like a white and a really bright orange and a really kind of bright blue. And I actually pulled that one out because I was thinking this would be fun to knit that poncho shawl out of. And my goal was to try to I was not going to buy any yarn for that. And I couldn't find 2 other skeins that were going to work. I had like a nice blue that was matching enough, but that was different enough that it would have worked, and I needed another one, and a gray wasn't quite working. It needed to be a little bit warmer, have a little more like yellow tones in it, and I just didn't quite have anything in that palette. I may revisit it because there's limited things I could use that orange, blue, whitish skein for, but that type of shawl where it's mixed with other stuff, it probably would have worked really well.
Or even something like that, the blackberry that you're doing too. You know, where you're using that, and then the sections are going to be different because you have the mohair that's separating them.
Yeah. So that's what I've been kind of plotting.
Nice.
Over here. I'm just totally talking over here, just yammering
about
on
my stuff. So I decided I hadn't done a pair of. I've done a lot of boot socks for my husband before because he loves those and he wears them throughout the winter when he's working outside or doing other things outside. But I hadn't done a fingering weight pair of socks for him, so I actually got some yarn. It's all fiber stash and it's her tweedy toes, so it has the little tweed flecks in them. Nice. So I did some on my circular sock knitting machine. That's what I did.
Nice.
I know, isn't that fun?
It is fun.
So I did a rolled, well, it's not rolled, it's a hung hem is what they call it. So it's double thickness. And then I've got a few more ends to weave in, but, and then you catch it. So, like a turned hem, like you would do on a sweater or something like that is basically what it is. And then I did contrasting heels and toes, which I just finished Kitchener-ing the toe. So it's kind of fun. So hopefully they fit and hopefully he likes them. We'll see. That's the nice thing about not necessarily hand knitting them.
Right.
But they went quick. So if he doesn't love them, then
you're not feeling.
I'll steal them from him, although they might be a little bit big. So I used my 72 stitch drum for his, and so they might be a little bit too loose on my foot. He doesn't have a really wide foot, but his foot is definitely longer and it is a little bit wider than mine, so I figured I'd try that and then see if I need to adjust it. So but there's plenty of room for this to stretch and then fit, so
nice.
We'll see. And then the other one, if you watch Outtakes, you'll know my sad story about the toe. I was almost all done, and then I lost a bunch of stitches, and it's kind of a pain to have to put back on.
There's also a story about a humpback whale.
Cowl. Humpback whale cowl.
Humpback whale cowl.
So this is Christy's Green Mountain. I think it's just Green Mountain. I don't think it's Green Mountain State. Because Vermont is the Green Mountain State. I think it's just Green Mountain, and this is Jailhouse Rock, which is a gray. So, if you're curious about what the colorways are, and like I said, it's the tweedy toes, so you can see all the little tweedy bits in there. And I thought he would like that.
Yeah.
And then I haven't worked on this much, although I haven't seen you guys in a couple weeks, so it's bigger than it was the last time. This is the shawl that I started out of the painted lace from Knitting Fever. That's the colorway that I went with. So I've worked my way through the purple, and now I'm onto the blue. So I'm a little ways along. It's just a big triangular shawl that I'm doing. And then it's crocheted, but it looks like it has eyelets because of the stitch that you do. You just skip some stitches, but there's all the purple, and then it goes down to the blue.
Cool.
So that's coming along, and then I found this sweater that I thought was really cute, and it's crochet because I've just been kind of into the crochet lately. And I started this on Sunday, and crochet is just so fast. So I'll show you the picture of the sweater. That's what it looks like finished, and I just thought it was really cute with the little 3 different colors of the scallops at the bottom. Just a really simple cardigan. Mostly double crochet, except for those shells. It's called the Libertas cardigan, and it's by Shara Lambeth. She goes by Shara Made is her Ravelry store, and it was $5 Australian. So it ended up, it was like, I don't know, $3.50 or something like that. But I thought it was just really, really cute. So I am using Barocco Ultra Wool DK, so it's a DK weight sweater. This is my main color, and I didn't bring over the other skeins that I'm using for the other colors, for the other three. So I'm using a much darker charcoal for one of them. I'm using kind of a burnt orange for one, and then I'm using a really super dark teal for the other. Nice. So I think it'll be kind of fun. So this is where I am. I actually just separated for the sleeves, so it's top down. For knitters, it's kind of, you'll see kind of the same construction style. It's like a raglan, so it's got, your lines of increases here, and then I just, like I said, separated for the sleeves, so they're joined there, and then but because it's crochet, you don't have to put anything on holders. Right. So I've got I've got to crochet straight for a little while, and then there is some waist shaping, so I'll be decreasing a little bit on the sides and then increase back out, and then the shell stitch pattern starts. So this is 3/4 sleeve, so I will probably invariably make this a long sleeve unless I decide to make a short sleeve. So I did get an extra skein. I might need one more as crochet. That is the one thing, crochet eats up a lot of yarn, which is great if you're stash busting, but but yeah, it does use up a lot of yarn. So I just thought that was really cute. So I'm excited, and it's, I'm cruising along on it, which is the fun part with crochet. It's like instant gratification. So maybe I'll have a finished sweater for you next week that I'll be wearing. I know it's kind of fun because I'm teaching an intro to knitting and an intro to crochet class, so it's kind of fun, especially with crochet, because we don't have a lot of crochet samples in the store. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to do some more crochet.
You want Humpback Whale?
I think we'll let you keep Humpback Whale. But I definitely wanted to do some more samples, because we've had some people come in, they're like, you don't really have a lot of crochet samples. I'm like, I'm really sorry, I know. So I thought it'd be kind of fun. And this Barocco Ultra Wool is really nice to work with. It's 100% superwash wool, and it's nice and soft, and it's crocheting up really well. And this is a heathered, so you can see a little bit of variation in it. Nice. It's fun. So that is what I've been working on since Sunday. So I started that. I did that, and the socks, and then the shawl I haven't really worked on since last week, but that's pretty much it.
Nice. So I'll bust out the Humpback Whale project that we've been talking about. Right. I spent a lot of time yammering on about it in the outtakes, but for this portion, so I accepted everybody's challenge that apparently I cannot crochet, and I see your no crochet, and I raise you a humpback triangle. So this will be the cowl, bandana cowl thing that Kelly also made, which is why I think it's funny, because it's not going to matter that there's a little hump here. There'll be some extra fabric here, and maybe it'll mean I won't need to make the other part as high, because there'll be some extra stuff. But there it is. So apparently I can kind of crochet.
Well, we didn't doubt that you could.
I just, I'm creating interesting shapes with my crocheting, because this is technically supposed to be a triangle. Use your imagination.
The yarn is working up really pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
Yeah. It's so funny. When I did mine, I almost grabbed that one because I thought it was pretty. It's the Godiva. Same yarn that I used for mine, but just a different colorway. Yep. That's fun. I like it.
It's it is fun. It's nice. It's fun to see the color changes.
Yeah. Mine really pulled. Like, I had one side that was almost all green and the other side that was kind of like purples and blues.
Well, there's still time for mine to do that.
Yeah.
As it's getting a little bigger.
I didn't really care because it still looked kind of cool.
Yeah. There's definitely something's wonked about this for sure. And I think it's more than just what was happening right here. But, well, it's fine.
Yeah. Hey, as long as you're having fun.
I'm kind of having fun.
Kind of. Until she throws it at me next week and she's like, can you just
Here,
finish
you fix
this?
it. You do it. I'm done. I've broken up with the crochet.
But on that note, since it was so funny, our Angela's
not allowed to
not
crochet.
allowed Cowl with a C. Why not?
Why not? Why not?
So starting tomorrow, which for you guys will be today if you watch this on Friday, I decided I would have a crochet along start. And it's going to be May 3rd through July 3rd. And I'll tell you, it's kind of a nice story why I have it go through July 3rd. But so July 3rd was my grandmother's birthday, and she's the one who taught me to crochet.
Nice.
So I thought it would be kind of a nice tribute to her.
Nice.
She's no longer with us, but she's very fond in my memories a lot. So anyway, I thought that would be kind of fun, and whips are allowed, kind of whatever you guys want to work on. I already put up chatter thread, and
Can I make an angry stormtrooper?
you can. You can't include the one that you already finished.
I'm going to find that stormtrooper, bring it in, because it's ridiculous.
So whatever you guys want to crochet, if you want to crochet garments, cool, accessories, blankets, whatever. If it's small, where you don't use like a full skein, just include a couple in the same post. So if it's like amigurumi little guys, have them.
I would do a couple of them.
Yeah, have them, a couple of them, because you can enter multiple times with your crochet projects. So basically, if it's less than a skein, just put a couple things together in a post, and that counts as an entry.
Okay.
And then as long as you're a member of the Ravelry group, you'll be eligible to win prizes. So yeah, I already did an FO thread and a chatter thread up on Ravelry. So those are there. So start chattering away. And
so maybe what we'll do in the chatter thread is I will pull a favorite entry or a random number. So make me laugh, guys.
There you go.
Make me laugh. That's the rule.
You can tell Angela about your crochet nightmares, or about whatever you want.
I'll pull a prize from the chatter thread.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be fun. It'll be kind of, I like crochet for, especially in the summer too, because you can do some really fun stuff like market bags and beach cover-ups and, tank tops, and, there's a lot of really great crochet patterns for that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of other ones out there, and there's more and more that I see quite a lot. There's a lot of really gorgeous shawls, crochet shawls.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
That's the scoop of that.
Sweet.
I kind of jumped ahead. But,
that's okay. It totally fit in.
It tied in.
Tied in. We're gonna go from like the Angela can't participate into the crochet Cowl to like the Humpback whale episode. It's totally, people would be like, "What is going on in Vermont?" Like, we don't know. Yeah. We know nothing.
We've got whale's tails.
We do have the whale's tails. That's funny. But we do have some prizes to give away. Mm-hmm. So I closed the New to Me Along thread. Actually closed it this morning. So some folks got a little extra time, which is fine. You guys know that's the way it rolls. If it's unlocked, post away. That's the rule. So we actually, both of our prizes this time got donated by folks. So that's really awesome. Thank you so much, because these are both new to me folks. So it kind of fits right in with the new to me theme. Yep. Was it actually a fun knit along? Yeah. There's a lot of people finding new stuff out there. Yeah. New patterns, new designers.
People are, like, linking to
new yarn dyers. So if you're looking for some inspiration, go take a look at the chatter thread. There's a ton of stuff in there. Goldmine. It's a goldmine. Yeah,
and we don't usually archive stuff, so it just stays up there. You might have to look down a little bit.
I haven't
I did it.
Oh,
no, wait. That one I didn't unsticky. I unstickied the fuzzy along one.
So we'll leave it stickied for a little bit longer if people want to go check out what was linked in there. So our first prize was very generously donated by Benti. She's from Norway, and she has an Etsy store called Arctic Crafts. Her yarn is beautiful. I've personally ordered some from her. It's super fast shipping, even though it's coming from Europe. And just her colorways are gorgeous. I know she's been working hard and has a bunch of new colors up in her shop, so go take a look. Her things are beautiful. So she sent us this yarn to give away. It's called the Shawl Duo Kit. So it's 100% merino, so it's not superwash, but it's a beautiful, beautiful purples and just gorgeous. So that would be fun.
That is really pretty.
All right, and so this yarn is going to go to post number 51, which is BGWYO. So it's Barb from Wyoming.
Nice.
So when you read that and you're like, oh, well, that makes more sense. Our rename makes more sense. So Barb, congratulations. Yay! We hope you love this yarn.
Thanks
as much
for
as
knitting
we do.
along with us.
And thank you for knitting along with us. It's fantastic. So if you could message Kelly or myself, probably faster Kelly, because she's the one that actually ships stuff. I just forward her messages and be like, here you go. We will get this yarn in the mail to you.
Nice. I'm going to turn our light back on. We're getting really dark in here.
Yeah, it's getting kind of dark outside. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, and our other prize is this beautiful bag that was sent to us. We showed it a while ago by Tish.
Yep.
And
she's cool. You got a bag.
Yeah.
That's an Etsy store. And there's little needle keepers and
there's little needle keepers that are gonna go in with that.
And she's got really cute stuff on her Etsy store, so go check her out if you're in the market for a new project bag. They're really well made. They're really lovely.
Super
and she's got
sturdy.
some really cute stuff on her.
Okay, and so this bag prize is going to go to post number 23, El Petropoli, Lori from Vermont.
Yay,
Lori! So Lori is local to us, so Lori will just hang unless you really want us to put this
Lori's
in
the one who makes those really super cute sheep, the fused glass sheep ornaments that we have that we showed, a number of episodes ago. I think in the fall, maybe? Yeah, so we still have we've got a bunch of her stuff, her sheep ornaments.
They're so cool.
They're really beautiful.
So Lori made socks that were from a new to her designer and also used yarn that was new to her. So if you actually go look at post number 23, it's actually just a picture of yarn. So I just wanted to offer explanation for that's what was going on. We told people they could do double entries for using a new designer and new yarn. So it was her double entry that actually won her the prize. So
excellent.
Congratulations, Lori. We hope you love this bag.
It's awesome.
It did not go home with me. I should have just come to the store and grabbed a bag when I ran out of bags. It's ridiculous.
I can put that up front.
Okay. Awesome. So congratulations to the two of you, and thank you so much for everybody who participated. We hope you had fun, and we hope you found some new designers and new yarn, because I know, so bad.
So much good stuff out there.
So much good stuff.
Speaking of which, there's a new pattern that came out that I really want to knit.
What is it?
It's called Quiet City, and it's by Melanie
Oh,
Bird.
I saw that.
I know.
Saw that.
Did you guys see this? It's so pretty.
Oh my God.
I didn't print a big picture of it. But look, I'm wearing my Swancho today with yarn on it. I'm wearing my Swancho today, and that's kind of the same same idea. There's not really sleeves per se. There's kind of openings that your arms go through. This one, as you can see, has sleeves attached to where the openings usually is.
I saw that. Looked so
It's so pretty.
beautiful.
So it's knit in Shibui, which we don't carry right now.
We've talked about it.
We've talked about it. But yeah, it's with Shibui, Silk Cloud, and Echo.
So, but it's a lace and lace and DK held together.
Yep, exactly. So
I did see that.
I
and
know.
Went,
I know.
And then went, oh, shibui.
I know. But we have some really nice, some other nice options too in store. So we've got Andy and Mist from Barocca, which is an alpaca fuzzy yarn. And unfortunately, they are going to be discontinuing that. So we can get it for a little while longer, but I did bring in another yarn. It's called Sofio, and it's from Godifra, and it's kind of along the same lines. It's a wool, silk, and alpaca, and it's that fuzzy yarn. It looks like the mohair yarns, but if you don't like mohair, it might be a good option.
Okay.
And then we've got the Drizzle from Sugarbush Yarns, and that's the lace weight mohair. And we've got the Kingdom Fleece and Fiberworks.
Yep.
Her mohair is really lovely too, and hers is hand dyed, so some of them are more solid and some of them are multicolor.
Yep.
So those could all be really fun in this. Yeah,
that's gorgeous. I saw that too and went,
I know, it's really lovely.
Oh, and it's not a 9.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Looser gauge. Yep. It looks just so cozy.
It does look cozy.
So I thought I would share that. I have all put it in show notes.
Legacy Fiber Art DK that I bought, whole sweater quantities worth. That's supposed to be a comfort fade cardigan.
You may be switching them
I
up.
might be switching my project.
So
I might just buy.
Share that with you guys
just buy new yarn.
I just fell in love with it. What else do I have? Do I have anything else? I don't think I have anything else. I have other things on here.
So the next event that we have coming up is Worldwide Knit and Public Day.
That's early June 8th, 9th,
I think.
something
8th or
like
9th.
that.
Unless we come up with something for later in May, which we're percolating on a couple of things. Stay tuned.
Yes.
We're having a business meeting this weekend, so we'll try to hammer out some of that stuff.
Yeah.
To just see what's going on. But Worldwide Knit and Public Day is the next officially planned thing. I'm a bobber.
Yep.
It's an official term.
It's a little over 2 months away. No, 1 month.
About a month.
Oh my god, that's right. This is May now.
Yeah, we're in May. Yeah.
It's May. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yippers. And then the Great Northern Yarn Hall is going to be happening in July, and we've got our baseball game, night at the ballpark. And that's going to take us through a chunk of the summer.
I know.
Woo, woo.
Summer, if it ever arrives.
Well, there's that. It is still early May.
It is. We should be used to like weird weather, but
yeah,
it was a really long winter, so
super long.
I don't like complaining, but
it was long.
It was long, and I'm ready for we've had a few nice days.
We've had teasers,
but they've been very far and few in between.
Yeah.
Grossness.
Yeah. It's really like drizzly and gray and foggy and just out there.
Yep.
It's like Pacific Northwest weather.
I guess this weekend's supposed to be pretty decent.
Is it?
At least Saturday, I know.
Okay. That's good.
But it's not really, it's kind of misting today.
Yeah.
It rained this morning, but then it's turned to just overcast and misty and windy. Well, it's not windy, but breezy.
Yeah.
Out of the north, of course, so it's chilly. Yeah. And then I'm giving you the remote weather report.
Yes.
In case you cared.
The rock is wet.
Yeah. Yeah. And then tomorrow, I guess it's supposed to start pouring again in the afternoon. It's supposed to be okay in the morning, then pour in the afternoon. And then hopefully get it out of its system for the weekend.
That'll be good.
But we'll see.
That'll be good.
Not much we can do about it.
Nope.
Just dress appropriately.
Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Our knitwear season.
Just
knitwear
wearing all the knits.
Right.
Wearing all the hand knits.
I know.
Still. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I don't think I have anything else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't really have anything else either. You would think I would have lots to talk about since it was 2 weeks, but I don't really. I started running again, so I'm not knitting as much in the morning because I usually try to get a run in the morning, although this week has not been a great week for it because I don't really like running on the treadmill, and it's been
yucky outside. Yeah. Bleh.
So
the Creamy stand across from our house opened on Saturday. I just have to share that. So Creamy is like our soft serve.
Yeah.
My son woke up Saturday morning and he goes, "It's 5 hours till the Creamy stand opens."
Oh my God, seriously? That is too funny.
And I was just like, oh, I guess we're eating there for dinner tonight.
So they do like hot dogs,
like
hamburgers,
hot dogs and burgers and
fries
like,
and that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, it's actually, the food's not that bad. It's pretty affordable, and I can walk across.
Yeah, so in a pinch,
my road
in the summer, it's probably great. You get home and you're like, you know what?
The number of like Friday evenings where we'll literally just walk across the street and get dinner, because I can grab a beer out of the fridge or pour myself a glass of wine and we can just walk across the road, have dinner, have a little bit of ice cream afterwards, and just done.
Yep.
Don't have to drive anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't have to clean up anything. Like, it's super convenient, and everybody's super sad when it closes at the end of the summer. But we had to endure the countdown on Saturday.
It's time yet?
It's time. Well, he's old enough so he'll get on his bike and he'll just start doing laps. He goes down to their parking lot and like drives around and like checks out who's over there, and like he's like the the local
meet and greet
greeter. Yeah.
He's like Mayor William.
He's Mayor William. He's just riding around, seeing if any of his friends are over there, talking to people.
So
and
funny.
Yeah.
He's such a character.
He's a goofball, that kid.
That's cute.
Yeah. Yep. And he comes back up and he reports what's going on across the street.
Oh, that's so funny.
So
I like it.
Yeah. It's my little social butterfly right there. Oh, so fun. So fun.
I live next to an organic dairy, and every spring the cows get loose. So it's a big farm, so they keep their milking cows at a separate facility, like a mile or so. I don't know. It's a ways away from where we are, and they keep all of the open heifers in the farm, like right next to where we are.
Okay.
There's quite a big field that's in between our property and their property. Like our fields are in between, and then their fields. And every year the heifers get out, and they're like wild and ready to go. They're young, and they just want to eat grass because they keep them in a smaller confined space in the winter because there's no grass for them to eat. So they feed them haylage and hay and silage and stuff. So every year they like, somebody leaves the gate just a little bit open, just a little too long, and they'll bust the gate. They'll like ram the gate. So there was one year when they got really loose and they went running down the road, and my dog and I were out walking, and we heard them. It was kind of like the light was getting dark, and I was so terrified like a car was going to come along and hit them, and they're big, so I mean,
yeah.
So she actually heard them, and she like let out this huge bark, and like they all of a sudden you hear this and they all stop in the road, turn around, head back. So she like single-handedly got them back onto the farm anyway. And I was like, oh, good girl. And but this year they had, I think, probably like 5 or 6 of them that got like loose. And one, I saw her, she like ran for the field. She's like, yes, grass. And then
I made it, guys.
I know. They got all the other ones pretty quick because there's quite a few people around in the various buildings, and they heard the commotion, and so they came out and got him back in before all of the other ones got out. So this one that made it to the grass, she was just like not having going
Freedom!
Back in. It was so funny. They did, but yeah, it wasn't as big of an escape as sometimes, but it's so cute. When they do let them out on the pasture for the first day, it's so cute. They're out there, like, cows are so funny when they run anyway, but they're like jumping straight up and bucking and rearing and like a horse would, but they're so awkward that it cracks me up. I always get a kick out of it when they let them out for the first time.
So funny.
I know. And my horse has a great time watching them. She just like stands there and she's like, "Hi, cow."
Oh, cows.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I know. She's turning 31 in a couple days.
Wow.
I know, my old girl.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So, but anyway, that was just a little Vermont story, you know.
Excellent.
All of the crazy activity that happens in the ruralness of Vermont.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I think that's probably.
Well,
You don't want to listen to all my crazy farm stories.
they
so.
probably do. We should spread them out just a tad.
I think it's so funny because, you know, that's like I had a friend of mine when I was in college who lived her entire life in New York. She grew up in Queens and lived in Queens, and it was, and you know, she didn't have a driver's license because she didn't ever have a need for it. So when she came up here for college, she did get hers. But it's so funny, just like, you know, we were really good friends, and just the different experiences. Like we came from totally different worlds, but it's cool. I love meeting people that have such different backgrounds and you, because it's so fun to hear about.
That's how you learn.
Yeah, it's so fun to hear about other people's experiences.
Yep. Absolutely.
Anyway, I'll stop talking now.
Super fun.
I hope you guys have a great weekend.
Have a fabulous weekend.
There's some places where the weather's going to be nice, so I hope you can get out and enjoy it if it is your area. And I think we'll probably see you next week.
We should. There's no reason that we wouldn't, unless the plagues of death bring something home again. But hopefully this too shall pass, because as the weather warms up, we have less of that.
Right.
As things get opened up and aired out, and the germs get scooted out of the indoor spaces.
Right.
So, yep. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Until then, you guys.
Then.
We'll see you the next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I mean, I kind of had to after came up with the name of it. I mean.
So you all can suck it.
You really can participate. I know, look at you go.
Look, I got a wonky thing at the top.
You know. Yeah, but that's going to be like here, and you're going to pick up stitches.
That's why I don't care. Because it's gonna be right here, where if it's all bunchy, it doesn't matter anyway.
Exactly. It's totally cool.
I was going to complain that this yarn is incredibly splitty. And I think that is partially true, but I also think what hook you use also impacts how splitty the yarn is. Because I started this on I have like a set of crochet hooks that are just like Susan Bates style ones, just the aluminum all the way down, and as you look through, you can see like where I've caught, like there's lots of spots where I was catching the yarn, and I was splitting the yarn, and it was really slow going, and I was fighting with it a whole lot, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I have a Knitter's Pride that's in this size, but I had to find it.
Yeah.
And I found it, and I did one row last night, and the difference is like night and day.
Yeah, it can make a difference, and some yarns are better suited to others for crochet, and it has to do with how when they're manufactured, the twist, which direction the plies are twisted in, which direction the yarn is twisted in.
I think this one's just the shape of the head of the crochet hook.
Yeah. Yeah, and
which
I mean
is
that
like so weird.
There's a lot of different crochet hooks out there too. I want to try one of the ones that is like really big and fat, and you basically just roll your fingers for crocheting, because that looks kind of cool too.
So I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm able to tension my yarn consistently.
Yep.
And have the feel of it be a little more natural, instead of me also constantly fighting that piece. And I'm actually able to read my crocheting a bit So part of the reason why the first part is all humpback whaley is because I couldn't tell what I was doing.
Well, that's the
and
hard
it wasn't
thing.
like making sense.
You know, with crochet, and that's, I think, especially for knitters who are trying crochet, one of the biggest things they struggle with is, you know, knitting, pretty much all your stitches are on your needle.
Right.
Unless you drop something. But,
right.
you know, in crochet, they're not. You have to figure out which stitch or what loop you're going into that makes the stitch. And I think that's what a lot of, especially knitters, struggle with.
Well, I didn't even have a sense of where in the project I was starting. Like, if you would have asked me where I was starting, I would have told you down here in the corner at the bottom of the triangle, and then you're going like this.
Yeah. But it's like a top-down shawl, basically.
Yeah, and so once I was able to figure that out, like, okay, all right, I see what's going on here, like, it started to make a lot more sense, where before that, I should just call this the humpback whale shawl, because this is what I'm talking about. I have this little, I sort of have a trapezoid, not trapezoid, non-triangle. But as Kelly pointed out, because it's going to be a triangle, or the way that it goes, if there's extra fabric here in the middle, it's really not going to matter. Which is the conclusion that I had already come to, and which is why I didn't rip it out. Because I could have also done that, but I was like, whatever.
I can hear in her head, too, being like, it's just crochet.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that, too. Nobody will notice when it's all done, unless you have it laid out.
Right. And
then there will be the humpback. But not when it's on.
Right.
So, you know, these are all calls that you make when...
That's right. Hey, and everybody is different. You know, some people just, like, want perfection with every project and would rip out.
Yeah, that's...
But you kind of have to, like, gauge what's right for you, because everybody's different. And
exactly.
For some people, living with...
So crochet is still not faster for me. I can see how when you get the stitches down and you get going, it could definitely be faster. But I'm not there yet.
I started a crochet sweater on Sunday.
I was wondering what you bought yarn for. What is Kelly doing? Kelly's getting into it.
I am. I think I'm digging a different
medium for a bit.
It's still, you know, fiber, but
just doing something different for a while.
Yeah.
Mix it up. All right, and then I'm going to stop because I can't do this on the podcast because I have to look at what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's harder for me with crochet to look at other things.
Yeah, to focus. I have to be down focused.
I mean, I'm to the point where, you know, if I'm watching TV, I can glance up and look at whatever's on, and then every once in a while I have to look back. But
oh my God, so I've been watching a new series on Netflix.
Yeah.
I got sucked into watching Sherlock.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Isn't it good? I watched that.
Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that one.
I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, that is a good.
I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm done, because I'm pretty close to being done with what they have released, and then I have to find something else. There was another series that I was eyeballing that I wanted to watch. I'm trying to remember what it was.
I watched, it's still on, but it's released every Wednesday on Hulu, is The Act, and it's based on true events. And it's kind of uncomfortable.
Oh, really?
Well, it's about this woman who, for a long, long time, you know, keeps her daughter in a wheelchair, and, you know, says she's got all these medical conditions because, you know, she's her caretaker, and she's our full-time caretaker, so they get, you know, money for that, and the dad's out of the picture, and well, I mean, it's not a secret because it's a true story, and Well, it's based
But
on
it
a true
wasn't
story.
actually true that the daughter had the medical
Right,
issues.
yeah, and the
Okay.
daughter didn't realize it until the daughter started finding out, and then she also found out that the mom started lying, was telling her that she was much younger than she was. The mom was like, oh yeah, you're 15, and turns out she was actually like 21. And
Ew. Yeah, that would be sort of uncomfortable.
but sort of not really spoiler alert, because they're pretty much upfront with it at the very beginning, like the very first episode. They do a lot of like flashbacks. But the mom ends up getting killed.
Oh, so the daughter starts to find out all of this stuff about what she was told. Is that kind of the premise?
Well, no, because
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'll stop lawyering you, because that was a little bit of what was.
But I'm
happening
curious
there.
to see if they're going to actually go to the court case now, because they're at the point of catching them, and so I'm curious to see like how it's going to progress now.
Interesting.
But I think it's like mini series, because obviously there's a definite ending to it.
Yeah, that's based on true life things.
Yeah, but Patricia Arquette's in it. She plays the mom.
Yep.
And it's just, and the woman, I don't know much about her. I think she's a fairly new actress, but I don't watch tons of movies, so I don't know. But anyway, the one who plays the daughter is phenomenal as in the role that she's in, because it's.
Oh, you're looking to add hair to the doll, not just to
Cool.
Yeah. It's kind of good that they release it once a week, because then I can't just binge it.
Binge it.
I didn't watch the first. I binged like the first 2 or 3. I don't know if that's technically a binge or not. Episodes, because I hadn't.
You were catching up.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Well, should we get this rolling?
Sure.
Rolling.
I made my husband some socks on the cranky machine,
Cool.
and I almost had the other one done, and then I was doing the heel, so I did contrasting heels and toes, and a whole bunch of stitches fell off, and that is not fun to put stitches back on. So the kind of good news is, because I was using a different color, I could see where the toe stitches began, and then rather than try to get the ones, because I was at the very end, I was doing the last row of the toe stitches before I would have to bind off basically, and so so rather than try to pick up those, because there's short rows, so there's the wrap stitches and stuff like that, or trying to get that all put back on, I was just like, I'm just gonna pull it back up onto the green yarn, which is my main color yarn, and because there's 2 colors, it's really easy to see. It was easy to find the stitches, so when I get home I was so hoping to have them both done so that I can Kitchener the toes. So right now I'm actually I'm just weaving in the ends at the heel where I change color.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
It was so funny when you texted me that you had started show notes. I had started show notes like an hour before. So I just copied and pasted everything over. It was totally fine.
Because it does this weird thing where if I go open up my Google Docs, if you do a new document, it's all the way down at the bottom.
I know.
It's so weird.
You can sort it differently.
I might have to, because that's funny.
I know. It was totally fine, because what I added was really easy.
Okay. You could have just pulled my stuff over, or I could. Anyway, it didn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah, it all worked out.
It's all fine.
It was easy. Not a big deal.
Of course you started show notes.
I know, and I didn't let you know because I was like, oh, it's early enough because I started them. Actually, no, that's not true. I started them actually pretty early this morning. And so I was like, oh, she'll probably see them. And so I didn't let you know that I had started them. Yeah. But
I thought about it for a minute. I was like, I should go check at the bottom and make sure Kelly hasn't done show notes. And I was like, no, she would have messaged me because she usually does if she started show notes.
And you usually are the one that starts show notes. So, yeah.
It's fine. I had a very specific project I had to work on this morning. And when I got done with that, then I was like, oh, I should go do some show notes.
Alright, now we can start. I'm just finishing up my last tail on the heel so I can turn it right side out again. That's what I was trying to get done.
It's so dreary out today.
Oh my god, it's so chilly too. It's like,
can I just say chilly. I parked my car like a boss here when I got here? I parallel parked it over there on the side. I squeezed it in between your car and the other car.
Excellent.
Yes.
I've never been in one of the cars that like parks itself.
That would be really weird.
It would be weird. I'd be like paranoid it was gonna hit another car. I know they're programmed so they're not supposed to, but
I know. I'd be like, oh no. I resisted the urge to leave a note on the truck out front who can't park within the 2 lines of one space.
They've done that for like every day this week.
Don't back in if you can't park in the space.
I know, right? Seriously.
I'm like, all right, you need to take your jerk hat off. You've been in court too much lately. You are just out of control. Get your combativeness back. Rein it in. It's just... Take your bossy hat off. Like, it's just...
Sometimes it's hard though, especially because parking is...
It's kind of tight here at times.
It's
I was like, you don't get 2 spaces. You don't get to have those 2 spaces because you can't park. Don't you think I didn't think about pulling in next to that person? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hurt myself because I'm not going to be able to get out of the car.
Yeah, I know.
And not showing anybody else. It's making my life hard.
I know, right? Yeah. Exactly. No, you get out of the way. I need your Kitchener. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm good now.
Okay.